You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
It's the same old around the Rust Belt. Rob Marinaro has been with the Kent State women's soccer program since its inception. His team looks to contend for a MAC title once more, but for the first time since in this decade, change has come to Muncie. Josh Reif exits, Andy Stutz enters as the new head coach of the Cardinals, and his squad looks to topple that same old today with the gold and olden flashes in town. It's Ball State, Kent State, live from SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie and the Ball State Athletics website. I'm Brayden, Carroll, Sam Klug alongside, and Sam, we have a fun matchup today, the second game at home for the Cardinals in Mid-American Conference play.
Yeah, Brayden, I couldn't be more excited to be here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Like you said, second straight home game. Got tons of fans in attendance. It's Fan Appreciation Day. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
And it's going to be a fun one today. 2 matches in the last week for the Cards. 1 win, 1 draw, 2 goals. Both coming in the opening minutes of the matches against UMass and Central Michigan. For a team that needs more production across 90 minutes, they've had some strong starts, but from there, the goals just haven't come.
Yeah, like you said, those 2 goals in the first against UMass came in the first 2 minutes. Against Central Michigan came within the first 7.5 minutes. But since that point in both of those games, they did not score. Their offense had plenty of chances, had some corner kicks. I can think back to the Central Michigan game. Ross and Caldwell both hit the post on the same possession, did not convert. They need to have more production in those second halves and even parts of the first half if they want to win some more ball games.
And for Ball State, it's been the Addie Chester show this season. 6 goals in 8 matches. That's triple any of her teammates in goals scored. What does she do best to produce the way she does? What does the team do around her to help her score so heavily?
Yeah, like you said, she's been lights out. But when she's lights out, she's aggressive. She's first to the ball. She's down the field without going off sides. But also, in order to succeed, she puts her teammates in the best position. She is now 6th all-time on the Ball State assist leaderboard with that assist in last game to Delaney Caldwell. So she's really a team player. Not only does she score the ball a lot, but she's always down the field. She's giving her teammates the best abilities to succeed and the best chances as getting the ball in the back of the net.
Addie Chester, Delaney Caldwell, one of the most dangerous 1-2 punches in women's soccer in the Midwest. Now shifting over to Kent State, after back-to-back winning seasons, the Golden Flashes, they've started slowly with 2 wins, 3 losses by a combined 10 goals, and 3 draws. Kent State, they even dropped their first conference opener since 2018. What stuck out to you early on about this Kent State team?
Yeah, not a real starter has emerged from it. They have 4 people tied in team stats with 2 goals apiece, and it's something that this team is looking for, an identity, a leader. And we were talking to Coach pregame in our little pregame production meeting, and he actually mentioned how it can be useful, especially on the Ball State side, if you kind of have that talent spread out a little bit. It's harder to guard, harder to pregame for, but also can be a disadvantage. Kent State is one of the more historic programs in this Mid-American Conference, and they're going to need, whether that's a sophomore or even an upperclassman, to step up and kind of jump into that leadership role. Because, like you said, slow start, 2-3-3 on the season, and 0-1-0 in the conference. Still looking for their first conference win.
Absolutely. Coach Marinaro even talked about the ups and downs of this season. When you look at this schedule for the Golden Flashes so far, you look immediately at that Louisville 8-0 loss, but then you go a little deeper. And this team, they've looked good against other power conference opponents. They even tied Northwestern earlier in the season. Oakland, not a power conference, but probably one of the better teams in the Horizon League this year. They were able to draw them 1-1 2 matches ago. It was a slow start, but they're starting to churn around back.
That's right. And if you look at the Northwestern game, obviously they had to travel to Evanston for that one. Playing an Ivy League in Cornell, never an easy task. We're able to walk away with a draw in that one too. And so like you said, all that these games are doing, these non-conference games that are versus these big-time opponents, it's preparing them for the Mid-American Conference this year, which arguably is one of the better mid-major conferences. They have the addition of UMass, and women's soccer in the Mid-American Conference is always going to be good. These teams beat up on each other. They score goals like you don't see in a lot of other mid-majors. So, yeah, it's really good preparation for probably a tougher conference schedule.
Yeah, and speaking of the MAC, their first conference loss, that 2-1 defeat to Bowling Green. Kent State had 16 shots, 1 goal. Do the math, that's a 6% success rate. What does Kent State need to do differently today to have success?
It's definitely to take advantage on a lot of those set pieces, specifically the corner kicks, like you were just mentioning, that 9-to-4 ratio. They did convert on one versus Bowling Green, but even if you take it a little bit back to that draw against Oakland, they had 6 corners. Oakland only had 4. Again, another game where 1 extra goal would have gotten them the win, and they would have had a more even record than they do right now. So definitely take advantage of those set pieces, but also watching their fouling. They've been in some foul trouble lately. They had a 17-to-14 ratio versus the Falcons, something they need to watch, especially on the defensive side. And, yeah, just be more controlled around the roster.
We're going to take a quick break here during the SportsLink Digital pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Still 7 minutes away from the start of this matchup. We'll return right after this commercial break.
Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State SportsLink with SportsLink Digital Radio.
From trivia night at Brothers and tater tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
Now, back to the action.
Not quite at the action yet, but still about 7 minutes away from the start of this Mid-American Conference matchup between Ball State and Kent State. Ball State Soccer, presented by SportsLink Digital Radio, Victory Honda of Muncie, our partner today. Now, this Ball State team, they've really come around to the point people are looking at them as a contender in the MAC after, the preseason polls had them at number 11. People weren't really high on the first-year head coach Andy Stutes, but he has looked impressive this season. 2 goals versus Purdue, a tight 1-0 loss to IU, even a draw versus the Big East's Butler. This team has looked pretty strong.
Yeah, you said it perfectly right there. They've looked a lot better than what this preseason poll has them at. And especially that 1-0 loss to IU and their former coach of Josh Reif is a big stepping stone. Playing a Power 5 opponent is huge for the program. And also they've played extremely well versus their in-state rivals, whether that's IU Indy, Purdue Fort Wayne, and like you said, a 2-2 draw to Butler. And so also when you beat a team like UMass who got a first-place vote in the preseason poll, that's super impressive. And if you're Jeff Mitchell, Director of Athletics at Ball State, you're patting yourself on the back for a fantastic and, might I add, a late-game hire with Andy Stutes. He was hired in March, pretty late in the coaching carousel window.
Previous associate head coach over at Missouri, led a strong program there. Tournament berths late in the 2010s, I should say. His team is looking strong so far, even a top 150 win against UMass. That's via the RPI rankings. Now, looking at these two coaches, Andy Stutes is in his first year, Rob Marinaro in his 25th season, an absolute veteran of the Mid-American Conference, 223 all-time victories at the helm of the Golden Flashes. It's an interesting matchup between these two coaches when you have your first year over on the Ball State side and then the most seasoned tenured head coach in the MAC over for Kent State.
Yeah, Marinaro is a name that's synonymous with Kent State soccer, something that you see over and over again in the history of the conference, and he's led some impressive teams, like we've said, 3 MAC championships, 3 Coach of the Years in the MAC, and it's an awesome dynamic because Coach Stutes is also someone who has expected to coach for a long time. He said in an interview with Mick Tidrow, who is the voice of the Cardinals here at Ball State, he said that when I began coaching, I expected to be a coach by 30. Now, he's not 30 and he's not younger than that. I'm not gonna dox him, but he's definitely finally gotten his opportunity as he's taken it by storm.
Absolutely, just a kid from a small town in eastern Tennessee, and he's come around to be now the leader of a Ball State team looking for their first MAC title since 2016 this year. Now, as we get closer and closer to the start of this match, Sam, who are you looking as the impact players today?
Yeah, for the Kent State Golden Flashes, I am going with someone who does it all. That's Kelsey Salopek. She does it all, and I mean that literally. She has won an Offensive Player of the Week award and a Defensive Player of the Week award. She was all first-team MAC her sophomore year, and she's someone that, even though she's a defender currently listed on the roster, she has 2 goals and an assist. That adds up to 5 points. And on the Ball State side, I'm breaking the rules a little bit. I'm going with a duo. Number 6, Delaney Caldwell, and number 10, Addie Chester, the Muncie native. This 1-2 combo, like we've talked about already, is always the first ones down the field. They're scoring at a high level. Obviously, Addie Chester coming off a first-team All-MAC last year. Delaney Caldwell, the lone goal scorer in their draw for Central Michigan.
2 very strong teams looking for contention in this conference. The 31st or 29th all-time match. Apparently, I can't do math. Jeez, looking right down at my numbers, and I can't add 3 numbers together. Ball State leads the all-time series 14-11-3. 6-3-1 in the last 10 meetings, but it's Kent State who has won the latest matchup back almost a year ago exactly on September 22nd of last season, a 1-0 victory in Kent, Ohio. So Ball State looking for a little revenge, but Kent State hasn't had much success here at Brayden Sports Complex.
No, they haven't won since the year of 2013 here in Muncie. That was a 1-0 win, and since then, like you said, it's been lights out. They've had different results at their home turf, but they're going to be looking for their first win in a hot minute. Over 10 years, it's about 12 years.
It's been a long time coming for one of the longest tenured head coaches in women's soccer. Rob Marinaro and his team looks to invade Muncie, Indiana and get a huge win. It would be their first in the Mid-American Conference this season. We're going to take a quick break here on the SportsLink Digital pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
You're listening to Ball State Soccer on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Now, back to the action.
Thank you, Rowan, as we are just a few moments away from the start of this Kent State-Ball State Mid-American Conference matchup live from Brayden Sports Complex. This is the SportsLink Digital Radio broadcast presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, it can all be found at ballstatesportslink.com. I'm Brayden Carroll. Sam Klug joined alongside. So we're just minutes away. Sam, this is a Ball State team that in the past few matches have really stood up to the challenge early on, scoring in the 3rd minute against UMass and the 8th minute against Central Michigan. Kent State's going to have to watch out early.
That's right. Their offense has quickly become a force here in these first few minutes. But the defense is the one that needs to step up, right? We talked about it over and over again, just finishing these games, especially these conference games, because I've said it once or twice now, but this is going to be a tough conference to come out of. Top 8 teams make the MAC tournament. Obviously, they missed it last year. Only had 2 MAC wins. Be looking for some more this year.
Ball State wearing the all reds today, the red shorts with the red shirt, the white trim, white numbers. And for Kent State, it's the white jerseys with the blue numbers, yellow trim, blue shorts, yellow trim. And the goalkeepers in some interesting attire as well. Kent State with the all yellows. By the way, I love the colorway for Kent State. All yellows, blue numbers for the goalkeeper in goal today, Leah Schaefer. for the Golden Flashes. She has started every single match this season. A 78% save rate if you don't count the Louisville match. If you count the Louisville match, she's at 70% for a team that ranks 11th in the MAC in save percentage. And then for Ball State, in goal today is Abby Jenkins, the graduate student. She has had 3 straight starts now, dating back to the one against UMass, an 84% save rate in her career.
And she's dealt with a lot of injuries these last 4 seasons. The native of Fishers, Indiana, about an hour down the road. So good to see her getting some quality minutes this year.
So the ball starts off over on the Ball State defensive third. The starters today for the Cardinals. So we'll get that in a minute. For now, Monaco is cruising along the attacking third into the 18 on the near side, looking for a cross, but some great defensive effort on the Kent State side. That's Salopek getting in and disrupting the run.
Yeah, I talked about her in the pregame a little bit. Someone who does it all, and right there, off to a great start, stopping the early Cardinal rush.
Jules Delinsky leading the charge for the Golden Flashes into their attacking side. And is stripped away by Goodyear. Good defense early for the Cardinals, knocking out what could have been the first attack for Kent State.
Good stop by Goodyear, saving it from going out of bounds.
These teams going back and forth, back and forth. It's back into the Kent State defensive third. Working along the far side, it's Collins. Deep cross, nobody's there, and it's safely into the hands of Abby Jenkins. So we'll get our first goal kick of the match. The starters today for Ball State, LG Moncrief, the midfielder, Delaney Caldwell at forward, Audrey Goodyear, number 8, the defensewoman, number 10, Addie Chester, number 12, Lexi Watkins, number 13, Delaney Aherd, number 16, Tori Monaco, number 17, Fiona Killian, number 20, Greer Isaacson, and number 23, Jordan Klassen, alongside Abby Jenkins in goal.
Pretty similar lineup here for the Cardinals. Not much changing.
Kent State working now. It's Watkins looking for a cross along the near side. Gets it into the 18. No one's there as she was looking for a crashing Weibel into the box. Back into the feet of the Cardinals. Across the center line and back over to the Kent State defense. Salopek easy to corral that ball. Back to her keeper, Schaefer. And the Flashes reset. Across the center line along the near side. It's McCausland. She's tackled hard on that play by Tori Monaco, and it will be a throw-in. Kent State, one of the keys for this team is these set pieces, chances in the attacking zone. They had plenty of corner opportunities against the Falcons last week. 9 of them to be exact, over double. Bowling Green's them out, but only scored 1 time. Yomi McCausland stuck in the near side corner. Some great box out defense, and it's back to the Cards. That was Klassen in the action. Stripped away and back over to the Golden Flashes. Cross into the box, tipped away, and a whistle blown. Offsides is the call.
Yeah, Ball State looking a little out of sorts there on the defensive side. Glad they got that call to kind of reset, get the ball back out of their zone.
So a kick in their own 18 for Ball State. Over to the center line. Rolling out of bounds, and possession goes to Ball State.
Hard push there between Chester and a Kent State defender. It's going to stay with the Cardinals, but again, it's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a physical game early on.
41 minutes to go in this first half, still 0-0. Ball State looking for another quick goal with the ball along the center line. LG Moncrief, pass back to Delaney Ahern, the defense. Up across the center circle, a hard tackle as that pass was intended for Lexi Watkins, but she was not there. Back over to Kent State now. Into the attacking third, a beautiful lead-in pass. And it's not handled properly by Jules Delinsky. Ball trickles out of bounds along the touchline, and it'll stay with Kent State.
Yeah, speaking of Delinsky, last year, MAC Freshman of the Year and named to the All-MAC Freshman team. Someone the Cardinals definitely talked about in their pregame film session and meetings.
Kent State working back to the center circle. And a missed pass, an opportunity for Ball State to get a steal here. Allison Collins couldn't corral it, but she is safely able to run back to the ball and give it to her goalkeeper, Leah Schaefer. So another reset for the Kent State defense. Chester hovering. A long ball pass to the center circle. Kent State still in possession. And now Ball State gets it. Very conservative play early on. Saw some solid aggression from both attacks in the first minute, but now things have died down a bit.
Yeah, we saw it, which was actually surprising in the last game, considering it was probably 95 degrees down on the pitch. But both teams were really aggressive, and it paid dividends for the Cardinals, scoring within those first 7.5 minutes. But very conservative today.
Ball State moving into the attack. Caldwell heading to the 18. Ball in possession of Tori Monaco. Into the box. The cross in, deflected away. That was Abby Breishu, able to get a header on it and force it back out. Reset for the attack. Card still working. Monaco again along the near side. Into the box for Caldwell, and it's safely guided back over to the center line.
That was Abby Breishu again. That's 2 defensive plays right there to get the ball out of Kent State's attacking zone. Good stop from the senior out of Rochester Hills, Michigan.
Stoppage in play as a inbound pass here for Kent State. It's Allison Collins. Back over to Breishu. Cross the pitch and back into the box. A clear for Leah Schaefer to the center circle. Over to the far side. Tight play for possession. Coach Marinaro made it a key for his squad to control the ball against this Ball State team. This season, when the Cardinals have possession early on, they've been able to score and strike quickly.
That's right. You almost got to put Ball State in some of these uncomfortable positions they're in. And as a matter of fact, you haven't seen many touches from Caldwell or Chester yet.
The hard tackle draws the official's whistle. It'll be Ball State ball, and finally a chance to announce Kent State starters. Number 2, Samantha Miller. Number 5, Katie Henahan. Number 7, Kiyomi McCausland. Number 10, Addie Kusick. Number 12, Jules Delinsky. Number 13, Allison Collins. Number 16, Abby Breishu. Number 17, Kelsey Salopek. Number 20, Allie Weibel. Number 25, Josie Morgan. And Leah Schaefer, the goalkeeper today. So after a reset, ball is back over to Kent State in the defensive third. And it trickles out of bounds, a misread between Leah Schaefer and Allie Weibel, who she was trying to clear the ball to. It's back over to the Cardinals with great field position. Hard tackle from the backside, and it's an easy whistle. A free kick for the Cardinals. Not quite a set-piece opportunity, just along that boundary, as it's a quick reset for the Cards. Working into the box, Killian. Pass out. Great ball movement. Lexi Watkins. Here's the clear into the box. Caldwell can't quite reach it, and it's safely to Leah Schaefer. A key stop for Kent State, but that could have been a great opportunity for Caldwell if she was in position.
That's right. Just out of position. You took the words out of my mouth. Good opportunity there for the Cardinals. And again, not too aggressive, but they still had that scoring opportunity.
Just under 9 minutes off the clock. Still 0-0. Cards have possession just along the center line to the far side. Ball State working left to right. Kent State right to left. Caldwell takes the inbound pass. A grazing header by Lexi Watkins trickles out of play.
Lexi Watkins is someone who played fantastic in that Central Michigan game here on Thursday. She was running up and down the field like she had nowhere else to be, man. She was going all out, and again, it was hot that day. And it's funny because her nickname is indeed Turbo, which it makes sense. She's one of the faster players you'll see in Division I soccer.
It's a hot one today, Sam. I'm sweating here in the press box.
It is indeed.
It's been a bit of a heat wave, a late one here in late September around Indiana. And there's another hard tackle. Officials say play on. That was Addie Chester, hit from behind by Jules Delinsky, and Kent State's moving into the attacking third. A great pass to get it out of trouble. Kiyomi McCausland has possession, and they'll move it back to the center line.
Jules Delinsky had an opportunity there. But again, kind of just out of place, had the defender in front of her, needed her on her back in order to get that ball.
Kent State now working along the near side. An opportunity for the pass in. It's Salopek looking for a cross. Dribbles. Lead in pass just outside of the 18. And the Cards clean up on defense. Back into the possession of the Golden Flashes. A header to keep it over on Kent State's side by Salopek, but the Cards clean up. Now they're moving. Addie Chester, one-on-one, lead-in pass. Caldwell to the 18, can't win the race, and in fact, it is an offside as she was in front of all three defenders into the 18.
Lot to digest there. First off, stifling defense by the Cards when Kent State has had their best opportunity yet. And then what a pass to Chester, and then Chester had a fantastic opportunity, but Caldwell is just a little too fast for the ball.
Coslin to Salopek on the attacking side of the center circle. Lead-in pass over to the far end. 34 minutes left in this first half. Still a 0-0 game. Kent State looking for their first Mid-American Conference victory of the season. Ball State looking to move to 2-0-1 today and contend for first place. A chance for Kent State just outside of the box. It's McCausland, near side. Dribble move, stripped away, and boxed out by Jordan Klassen. Great defense as she just clears it out across the touchline. So it will be another pass in for Kent State, but this time they're forced to back up to the center line.
Yeah, you're talking about the max standings there a second ago. Ball State currently has the most points in the conference. Obviously, they go by points. 3 for a win, 1 for a draw. They have 4, but there's teams that are still undefeated because they've yet to play their second game.
Allison Collins leads in a pass for Samantha Miller, but it is another offside call. And that was a real chance that Kent State could have connected on the pass, just a little too strong.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of offside calls so far today. A little more sloppy, but I like the hustle from both teams, trying to get an early advantage to put one up on the board.
Only one shot on goal so far. That going to Ball State. It's not much offensive action yet. The goal kick to the center line for Ball State, and it stays in the Cards' possession. Kent State working to get it away. High ball into the air. Tipped back up by Kent State, and the Flashes retain possession. Great defensive movement. Out of the goal kick, Addie Cusick able to corral the ball. Heads over to the touchline. It stays with Kent State. Back in. And here come the Golden Flashes. Another deflection out. But again, it's still Kent State ball.
Yeah, 2 fouls so far already on the Flashes, something I'm sure Coach Marinaro is not pleased with yet. The Ball State, though, has yet to commit a foul, staying clean.
Clear into the box, rejected by the Cards.
Great defense right there. That header right out of the box, good way to stifle another attack.
That was Audrey Goodyear able to make the contact, and it's Card ball again. Into the center circle, Addie Chester. Dribbling across, looking to get into the 18. She has Caldwell on the boundary. She'll take the shot herself, and it's saved by Leah Schaefer. Didn't have to move much there. Addie Chester just trying to force the ball in. And it's another great save by the ever-reliable Schaefer.
Yeah, like you said, she's had a pretty fantastic season other than that Louisville game. Someone who's pretty reliable in net.
It's really hard to judge this Kent State team based on that save percentage. Like we said in the pregame, they stand at 11th in the conference, but you play Louisville, you play such a tough team, you give up 8 goals. Outside of that, this team has been brilliant, and they would rank right around the middle without that Louisville match.
Right, and even I go back to Thursday, Central Michigan had played some tough opponents. I believe they had 11 goals dropped on them in one of the games, yet they had a draw with the Cardinals. So, like you said, you can't really take it all into account because, you know, these teams are, even Coach Stoots said, a lot of these teams are better than what their record shows.
Absolutely. This Kent State team surely is 2-3-3 on the season, but they sure don't play like a team with a losing record. Back into the action, Ball State working into the attacking third. Delaney Caldwell tripped up, retains the ball, trickled back out, Fiona Killian. Here's Addie Chester, outside the 18, lead-in pass to Caldwell. She was onside, but it's deflected away.
Yeah, Caldwell was double-teamed right there. Defense saw it quickly, put an end to that attack.
On the opposite side, the defensive third for Ball State. And now they trickle over to the center line. Lead in pass. Addie Chester again outside the 18. Give to Caldwell. She's moving along the far side, looking for space, and it's great man-on-man defense by Kelsey Salopek to force it back to her goalkeeper, Leah Schaefer.
Yeah, that was the impact player of the game I chose, and right there you can see doing it on the defensive side of the ball, also forcing Caldwell to her left, which I don't believe is her dominant side.
Salopek, the 2023 first-team All-MAC recipient. She did not play last season. This is her rebound year. Ball State working again. Addie Chester into the 18, runs out of space, and is forced to basically pass it right to Leah Schaefer. Nobody alongside her into the 18. Not much of a chance there.
Yeah, when she got more down that line, closer to the end line, you were like, man, she's getting pretty close. Not going to have much of a chance. And like you said it a great way. Basically a pass to Schaefer.
Allison Collins on the reset. Defensive attack for the Golden Flashes. Just outside their own 18, it's Abby Bryshue. Pass back to Collins. And up front, Salopek. Lead in ball. A great one. Samantha Miller lost possession. She had an open lane into the 18. But Audrey Goodyear came in to shut down what could have been a great attack.
Yeah, and she's the leader on the team in points with 6, 2 goals, 2 assists.
And now here's a chance for Ball State. Caldwell, just outside the box, moving to the far side. All alone, the cross, tipped away. Again, it's Abby Bryshue. She has looked stout on defense. But that'll lead us into our first corner kick.
Yeah, she's played coming into this game 458 minutes and up and down the field a bunch. She has been fantastic so far. And like you said, first corner kick, this is where both teams need to convert a lot of their chances. Ball State had only one corner last game, and it was not a conversion.
It's the senior, Fiona Killian, out along the far side corner. The cross in. Into the bunch, and nobody's home. Back outside of the box, Kent State gets possession. Allison Collins looked for a clear, but LG Moncrief says, no, thank you. I'll just nail that one into the press box. Actually, I think she hit the staircase into the press box. It'll stay with Kent State, but strong defense again for the Cards.
Putting those ball shaggers to work today.
To the center circle. Center line, I should say, as we're along the near side. Lead-in pass. Unsuccessful between McCausland and Jules Delinsky. It's another one of those critical errors that prevents Kent State from getting an attack going. Ball back to the Cards. In the defensive third, it's Goodyear. Clear to the center circle. Kent State with the ball now. Stripped away again. Addie Chester working now for the Cards. Into the attacking zone. Through ball, Tori Monaco now. Just outside the 18, along the near side. Looking for the cross. Here's the chance, and it's squandered. Wow. A real opportunity for Addie Chester.
Addie Chester went flying in there. I mean, she got both feet off the ground. Fantastic opportunity. Unable to get the goal to go. But man, like you said, great set piece right there. Great opportunity and shot.
Could have been Chester's 7th goal. Instead, the cross just a little too far up, trickled out to the end line. Kent State with the goal kick. Ball back to the Cardinals at the center line. Maybe another attack. Kelsey Salopek says no thanks. Kent State moves now.
You have not had a ton of action on Kent State's attacking 18 side. Looking for that to change.
Here's another chance for Ball State. The through ball. Lexi Watkins trying to gain possession again. She does into the 18, and it's swiped away by the Golden Flash defense.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with Lexi Watkins. She's so fast. She's one of the smaller players out there. She can maneuver around you quicker than some of the taller players. So right there, like you said, she got possession when you didn't think she was ever going to.
So out along the far touch side, but the ball goes back to Kent State. Another tackle, another turnover. Flash is working. Through ball. Great one, Samantha Miller. Pass in. Here's a chance for the Golden Flashes. Jules Delinsky forced out to the boundary and the end line. But they will say, the officials say, Delaney Ahern was the last one to touch it. And here's the first corner kick for Kent State. Just about 20 minutes into the match, 0-0.
Yeah, great play by Ahern right there. Putting an end to that attack from the Golden Flash. It was kind of a one-on-one right there.
1 of 9 on conversions from the corners for Golden Flashes last week. Can they do something here? No. The save by Abby Jenkins. And it was Kelsey Salopek again looking for something there. The senior from Moon Hall, Pennsylvania, was right into the 6, but right in front of Abby Jenkins.
Right. Great set-piece strategy right there from the Golden Flash. And an even better save by Abby Jenkins.
Tori Monaco along the center line. Cards working into the attacking zone. Great movement by Kent State. The entire defense able to get back quickly. Monaco through ball. Fiona Killian looking for a cross, but a nice double team for the Golden Flashes. They have possession again.
Kent State playing with more physicality as well right now, whether that's on defense or offense.
Boy, the ball is moving quickly. Abby Cusick into the attacking third. Kent State on the move again. The clear into the box. Successful. A chance for Allison Collins. It's saved by Abby Jenkins, diving to the near side post.
That's what you want to see out of your senior leader. We're talking about leaders for Kent State, but man, it's hard to ignore the presence and leadership Jenkins brings, but not only to the goalkeeper room, but to the locker room for the Cardinals.
The second shot on goal for Kent State. Both coming in the last 5 minutes, but no goals for the Golden Flashes. 23 minutes to go in this first half. The score is still 0-0. This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State Sports Link and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. That's VICTROY Muncie.com. Back into the action as a through ball for Kent State into the box. No one's home except for the goalkeeper, Abby Jenkins. Back to Ball State it goes. You know, Sam, both teams have been moving very, very quickly. There hasn't been much of an emphasis on ball possession as we expected. It's more been about just getting into your attacking third, trying to force set pieces, but you know, nobody's had anything going. We've seen shots on goal, 6 of them, 4 from Ball State, 2 from Kent State, but the opportunities haven't been as clear and crisp as Coach Marinaro or Coach Stutz would like.
That's right. Not a lot of time spent with the ball here in this middle portion of the field. More time spent in each attacking third. Here we got some more.
Speak of the devil, McCausland. Chased down to the corner. Ball out of bounds. Waiting for the call. It will be a goal kick. Great defense. Tori Monaco able to box out the attacking Keone McCausland as it's another goal kick for Abby Jenkins.
Especially if you don't watch soccer a lot, you never really realize how much of a nice reset a goal kick is for the defense. Think about it. Stops all play, moves everybody back. Again, that's what the Cardinals defense is going for, and that's what they did.
Tori Monaco has been locking down the near side on the defensive end. The senior who played in 18 matches last season with 3 goals. Correction, with 7 starts this season, 2 assists this year against Purdue and Purdue Fort Wayne. Back into the action. The inbound pass for Kent State along the far side. Here's a clear into the box. Abby Jenkins lost control of the ball, and she's able to dive and regather it before Kiyomi McCausland can see that she lost her handles. Wow. Abby Jenkins jumping to save the clear, and she couldn't catch it at first. Diving to get it off the rebound. That was a close one.
That was indeed, and not something she intended to do. It looks like she may have slipped on the turf a little bit, but nonetheless, the ball is safe and out of their zone.
There was a bit of rain around Muncie early this morning. It was only for about a 30-minute period, but it's enough to make this turf field just a bit slippery. Kent State looking to attack again. Ball out along the touchline near side. Possession appears to go to Ball State, and here's some substitutions. Very early on for the Ball State Cardinals. So we'll see who checks into the game.
Emily Roper, one of them. A name not unfamiliar to Cardinal fans.
So Emily Roper into the action. Addie Chester.
Addie Chester subbing out, and just a note, she did not play in the second half for Central Michigan. Only played a total of 26 minutes, as one half is 45, so about half of a half, quarter of the game, and something maybe we'll see today again. Izzy Ross, another person into the game today, who I think played fantastic. First Central Michigan she's pack, the freshman from Overland Park, Kansas.
So an interesting move by Coach Stutz, getting his star player out off of the pitch early on. 19 minutes to go in this first half. Score is still 0-0. Kent State looking to attack once more. Along the boundary. And a ball over into the field hockey field.
High and wide. You think Angel Hernandez would have called that a strike?
Is this... We're not... Come on, it's not even close to baseball today, Sam. What did Angel Hernandez do to you that you had to mention him during a soccer match?
Just sent it really wide. You might have missed that one, too.
That's a crazy call out. Luckily, Angel Hernandez isn't listening, or else he might be offended. You know the 50 Cent video of what's he dissing me for? That's basically what you just did to Angel Hernandez.
Might have to go public with the apology.
Might have to. Little Instagram video. We'll get our head out of the gutter here, back into the action. Kent State working into the attacking third on the near side, and just rejected again by the Cards. Audrey Goodyear there to stop the through ball. Kent State working almost a warm-up drill. 4 players in the corners for the Cards, 2 in the middle for Kent State, and it results in a chance for the Cards. Delaney Caldwell running into the box, and the pass was a great one to Jess Farino, who just checked into the action. She could not get the glancing header on the ball to keep it in. Out along the far touchline, back to the Golden Flashes.
For those of you listening on the radio, you couldn't see that. Delaney Caldwell started all the way back here behind the midway line and took that ball almost into the 18-foot mark. And yeah, just the aggressiveness from the team leader, something you love to see.
Correction, that is Emily Roper, who was on the move as she checked back into the action. For now, Kent State working in their defensive third. The clear to get it out across the center line, back to the Cards. Greer Isaacson, naturally a defenseman, moving into the attacking zone. Successful pass this time to Farino. Working along the boundary, into the box, rolls out to the end line. Officials say Kent State ball. Another goal kick for Leah Schaefer, and another stop for the Golden Flashes.
Yeah, Brayden, how about these freshmen playing big-time minutes? Whether it's Greer Isaacson or Izzy Ross, in important minutes, as we've had chances from both sides of the ball, nothing yet. And this is similar to what we saw versus Central Michigan. Addie Chester leaving around the halfway mark of this first half. And Coach Stutz is putting the trust in the hands of some of the girls he didn't know a couple months ago.
Weibel clears across the center line for the Golden Flashes. Kent State loses possession. Back to the Cards. Caldwell not able to gather the ball. And another clear for Kent. Once again, the Cardinals are there. That time, Delaney Ahern. Contention. Along the far end near the center line, ball out along the touchline. Kent State gets possession.
Yeah, Coach Stutz on the bench, not happy with that one. Looked like it might have been out long before the call. Nonetheless, Kent State retains possession.
Abby Breishu. Pass along the center circle to Allison Collins. Salopek right back to Breishu. Maybe for the first time all match, things are slowing down a little bit. 15 minutes to go in this first half, still a 0-0 ball game. But here's a chance for Kent State. Rejected. Another great defensive effort by Delaney Ahern to force the ball back out. In between the 18 and the center circle, Kent State has it again. And another rejection. That time it's Izzy Ross in transition trying to get back to the midfield. Just happened to get in the way of a passing lane. Ball trickling out just outside the 18 box line to the far side. Ball State possession. Kent State, they keep on moving the ball along, but this Cardinal defense has been stout.
I was just going to mention that I love their poise, that even though when the ball goes out of bounds, they stay near the halfway mark, knowing that there's still a chance they can get that ball back and push it deeper into the Cardinals' territory.
Bit of a run-on tackle there results in a Ball State foul and a chance for Kent State to set things up just outside of the center circle. With 14 minutes to go in this first half, the score is still 0-0. For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, that can all be found at ballstatesportslink.com. That's ballstatesportslink.com.
Fantastic save there by Addie Chester, coming to the ball, not waiting for it to come to her. And again, stopping this Penn State attack.
Izzy Ross along the center line. Lead-in pass, Caldwell. She has a chance along the far boundary. Gets it to Fairno. Strong movement into the attacking third. Another lead pass. A chance for Greer Isaacson. She is rejected. Back over to the Cards. Jordan Klassen. Her turn to move. Pass to Monaco. Into the attacking third again. Lead in a little too far out for Jordan Klassen to corral it. Ball out along the touchline, and it's Kent State who will have possession. Once again, the Golden Flashes.
Yeah, even though they stopped that offensive push from the Cardinals, I love their spacing. They're spacing out, making sure their passes had time to get to their teammate, and that's something maybe they want to continue to work on, especially into the second half. Spacing. They need to get the ball inside that 18 attacking zone mark.
Few substitutions for Kent State as Mia Cloro and Ciara Santiago check into the action. Kent State on the move now. Ball trickles out, tipped away by a Cardinal defender, but it stays with Kent State. 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Still a 0-0 score. And it's another set-piece chance here for Kent State to try and get this ball into the box.
Marinaro touched on this heavily. This is where his team needs to improve the most.
Delaney Caldwell has it for the Cards in their defensive third. Tight defense from Kent State. Almost a steal. Cards still trying to move the ball to the center circle, and a handball is the signal. That one is on Kent State. Officially, Kelsey Salopek was the one who threw her hand up. So free kick for the Cards.
Something you don't see a lot of in soccer. We didn't see one on Thursday. Got one here. And a lot of times it's usually in that attacking zone that you see a lot of handballs, but maybe a good reset for the Cardinals offense.
Caldwell, a towering header in the attacking third out of that free kick, but Kent State corrals it. Free kick clear. Headed away by the Cards. Back over to Kent State. They're working deep in their own defensive end. Steal away by Fairno. But back to Kent State. Running behind for the tackle was Allison Collins. Ball out along the touchline once more, far side. Ball State has it. Now their chance to attack. Another rejection, another send back to the touchline. Another throw in for Ball State. 10 minutes to go. 0-0, still the score. The end ball to Delaney Caldwell. Clear up. Izzy Ross. Essentially a pass to Leah Schaefer. Nobody in the box for her pass.
When was the last time Leah Schaefer touched the ball? I think it's been a hot minute.
Both of these teams have had really good defense along the box perimeter. There haven't been many real chances in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, ever since we touched on how fast the ball was moving, I think that hurt us and they started to slow down.
Kent State trying to work out something now. Allison Collins is tackled hard by Emily Roper. A free kick just outside the center circle. 9:30 to go here in the first half. 0-0 the score between Ball State and Kent State.
The Carmel Greyhound giving Kent State another set piece opportunity. Again, this is where Kent State feels like they've lost a lot of their momentum and their chances to score as they stack everybody except one defender and the goalie right on top of the attacking third.
Allie Weibel to clear. Header by Kent State, and Ball State gets it again. Jordan Klassen with the rejection from that pass into the 18. A solo run along the far line, and here's a real chance for Ball State. The through ball pass to LG Moncrief, and it is rejected by Allison Collins running in. Correction, Jules Dolinsky was the one there for the interruption.
Another freshman who has been showing out, Jordan Klassen. Took that ball all the way from her attacking third to the other one. Only about 10 seconds. I mean, she was hustling. Again, you love to see the aggressiveness, especially from people so new to the program.
So 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Still 0-0. Still haven't seen a real attack into the box for 20 or so minutes here. For Ball State, Kent State had one 10 minutes ago. And there's a hard tackle by a Cardinal. And there's a golden flash down. So that's number 5, Katie Henahan, hailing from Oakville, Ontario, Canada. A sophomore who is rated the number 10 player in Canada's 2024 class. She has started all 8 matches this season. Was an all-MAC freshman member last year.
Yeah, something a lot of people overlook. 4 of the sophomores on this year's team were named to the all-MAC freshman team last year for Kent State. All 4 return. It's something about even in his 25th season, kind of the culture and program that Coach Marinaro is still building as he heads toward probably some of his last years as a head coach.
Abby Bryce-Shue signals over top Henahan to her bench to get the athletic trainer. We'll take a quick break here from Briner Sports Complex. You are listening to Ball State's Soccer on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. 7:49 to go here in the first half. 0-0 between Ball State and Kent State.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
Helped off of the pitch by her athletic trainers. As we resume action with 7:49 to go here at Briner Sports Complex. 0-0 still the score between Ball State and Kent State. I'm Brayden, Carroll, Sam Klug alongside. What have you seen so far, Sam? We've seen some shots on goal, 4 by Ball State, 2 by Kent State, but in the last 10 or so minutes, there hasn't been much of an attack from either team.
Yeah, very even stats. You just named one, but other than that, the stats are pretty even. Even shots on goal, even saves. A lot of physical play and a lot of play that kind of mirrors each other. Nobody really standing out and making that attack or that push that separates one team from the other.
Kent State looking to make a push here. Addie Cusick tackled hard along the far boundary, near boundary rather, as that's Caitlin Velo who checked in during that last break with the hard tackle and the whistle. A free kick for Kent State, basically on the center circle imaginary line. The cross into the box rejected once more by Greer Isaacson. Kent State gathers possession again. Long ball missed wide. Oh, a real chance by Ciara Santiago. Abby Jenkins would not have been able to make that save, but man, oh man, a real opportunity. Just wide.
Yeah, just wide indeed, and right off the post. Kent State's got to be frustrated with how close that one was. Would have been Santiago's first goal of the year. And her first points coming in today. She had 142 minutes on the year.
A tough swing and a miss for Kent State. And a goal kick for the Cardinals. Dangerous into the box. Tipped away again. Another shot offline by the Golden Flashes. That was Mia Cloro looking for an aerial shot.
Kent State definitely with the momentum right now, right after that break, which is actually what you wouldn't think would happen. One of their teammates go down, but they come out firing so far. Had 2 great opportunities right there. Just under 6 minutes left in this half.
Another goal kick, a glancing header to the center line. Now the Cards are on the move. Into the attacking third. Lydia Hill. Forced to the boundary. Along the end line. Able to gain possession, but a tackle. And she is not pleased with that call. That could have been a clean cross into the box.
Yeah.
But a hard tackle on Jules Dolinsky.
The hell, someone just checking in. Haven't said much of her name yet. Again, great aggressiveness right there. But again, the momentum really on the Golden Flash's side.
Dolinsky back on her feet and in possession for Kent State. Tipped away, Izzy Ross got in the way of a passing lane. Another possession change. Through ball, great pass. Here's an opportunity for Kent State. Weibel. Oh, it's just wide. Abby Jenkins met Weibel head on and forced that ball's trajectory to go just right of the goalposts.
How about the combination of Addie Chester and her defense? Delaney Ahern was there, sent the ball wide, great aggressiveness. Stuck with the play, even though at some point she was behind in the attack. And we stay tied in. Jenkins stays perfect on the day so far.
Correction, that was Maya Justice, the freshman who checked in for Weibel during that last break. On the run. Now the Cards moving. A chance just outside the 18. Tight defense from the Golden Flashes, and the ball is back over to Kent State. Through ball across the center line. Great rejection by LG Moncrief, getting in the way of those lanes again. Cards in the defensive third. A chance to reset, they will. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Still 0-0 between Ball State and Kent State. Emily Roper, pass to the center line. Movement into the attacking third. Kent State's there. Possession change again. Cards with it. Back over to the Golden Flashes. A lot of passing lane rejections between both of these teams. Through ball. Great feed between Lukin And the freshman Maya Justice, another interruption, a tackle by Audrey Goodyear, ball out along the near touchline, just outside of the card corner, but it stays with Ball State.
Maya Justice also is a member of the track and field team for Kent State, so someone who's quite quick.
Ball back to the Golden Flashes. Taylor English. Fresh face into the action. Into the attacking third. Kelsey Salopek. Clean pass to Ava Lukin. Cross into the box. And Delaney Ahern is there to tip it out. And either way, it's offside. Crashing into the box was the combination of Maya Justice and Mia Cloro. It appeared as if Colo was the guilty party of the offside whistle.
Ball State happy to get that one. Seemed a little out of sorts there, and they were kind of screaming for that call, so might have been a little late, but nonetheless, they get it.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Still a 0-0 ball game. Kent State has upped their shot on goal count in just the last 8 minutes from 2 to 5. Another hard tackle, this time out of the goal kick in the center circle. That was Taylor English with a hard tackle on LG Moncrief, and it's a free kick for the Cards.
Kent State unhappy with that call, but officials think otherwise. Finally, Ball State going to get it into the attacking side of the Golden Flashes. We haven't seen that in a good 10 minutes.
Pass across the timeline, Jordan Klassen working the boundary near side into the attacking zone, and a nutmeg by Allison Collins on the tackle. And she gets possession as well, as that was off the inner shin of Jordan Klassen. Cards looking to get the ball back out of the inbound. Salopek says enough of that. Here's a real chance again for Kent State. Ciara Santiago forced to the edge. Ball trickles out, and it's Ball State possession with a minute to go. Once again, Kent State keeps on trying to push the ball, looking for a cross. There was only one player in the box that time, and I think that's what prevented Santiago from feeling comfortable crossing that ball in.
Yeah, you don't have much of a chance when there's only one. It has to be a perfect pass. Also, talk about an incredible pass from the Kent State midfield team up ahead. Got it to their players, but does not turn into anything significant.
Out of the goal kick. Ball trickles out to the touchline far side. Kent State possession with 26 seconds to go. Maybe one final shot and an attack. Ball State says no thanks, a header. Now the Cards are moving. Lead pass to Roper. Contact, no whistle. 12 seconds to go here in the first half. Annika Klaus was looking for Roper. Missed her target on the pass. We'll get an inbound. Ball trickled along the touchline, and that will be the end of the first half. 9 shots on goal in total, 5 for Kent State, 4 for Ball State. But we finished the first 45 with a 0-0 score. We'll be right back for the SportsLink Digital halftime show. You're listening to Ball State Soccer presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. 0-0 the score here from Briner Sports Complex.
Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State SportsLink with SportsLink Digital Radio. Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State SportsLink with SportsLink Digital Radio.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital, the best student radio channel in the country. This is Jack Kaiser. I broadcast for Big Ten Network, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. Chirp, chirp.
Welcome back to Briner Sports Complex. Just about 12 minutes away from the start of the second half. 0-0 the score between Ball State and Kent State. I'm Brayden Carroll. Sam Klug joined alongside as we're watching Charlie Cardinal make some saves on some local soccer products. FC Pride here in East Central Indiana. So a couple girls soccer players looking to score on the mascot. Now, he was getting dressed up here, and I actually got to see the face of who Charlie Cardinal is. I won't say who, but it felt like the magic was taken away a little bit.
You might say that's a cardinal sin, that now that you know that.
Wow. I mean, we're really live, aren't we, Sam?
Bit of a stretch.
I mean, first the Angel Hernandez comment, and now we're here. So, if you look at that first half, between these two squads, no goals, 2 shots on goal by Addie Chester. However, she was sat at about the 20-minute mark, so we won't see any more of her today. Maya Justice, the young freshman, she had 2 shots for Kent State. You look at the numbers, Sam, and there hasn't been anyone who's taken a clear step up on either side. And that, watching the play at hand, it's mainly because the defense has been so stout. There's been chance after chance after chance to force the ball into the 18, but it's been the play around the boundary of the box by both squads defensively that has left this a 0-0 game at half.
Yeah, it's really been what they call in baseball pitcher's duel. The defense is it's what it's all about right now today. The ball is not getting into those attacking thirds as much as both teams would like. And this is some great example for the defense that the Cardinals need more of, especially in the second half of these games that they'll have later on in the season.
Absolutely. Corner kick-wise, both teams have had 1, which is already the amount that Ball State had against Central Michigan. No conversions thus far. 2 saves by both of the goalkeepers, Leah Schaefer and Abby Jenkins. The foul count is probably the highest number that we see so far, Sam. 7 for Kent State, 5 for Ball State. And for the Golden Flashes, it's mainly been offside calls that have shut them down truly. We saw 3 or 4 in that first half that came on real chances to get the ball into the 18 and have a shot.
Yeah, one thing I've really been impressed with is their through passes. I think they've been put on the money, put in a really good spot. But a lot of the times their player kind of outruns the Ball State defender, causing that offsides flag to go straight up. But if they can clean those up a little bit and continue to have some really good passes, which I expect them to continue to do the same, then Kent State might be in attack mode and strike first here in the second half.
Well, for Kent State, they are in a tough stretch thus far this season. 0-2-1 in their last 3. Their most recent draws coming against Oakland on September the 7th and Cornell on the 31st of last month. And then an 8-0 loss against Louisville on September the 4th and a 2-1 defeat at Bowling Green to start off Mid-American Conference play. They're looking for their first victory since August 28th against Youngstown State. Meanwhile, the Cards, they're looking for their first win since last week against Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's right. And another note for the Golden Flashes, they haven't played at home since that 5-1 win versus Youngstown State. So their last home game was August 28th, and in about a week it will be a month. So they've been on the road for 3 straight weeks.
A lot of traveling, too, just distance-wise. Went up to Ithaca, New York to face Cornell. came back down to Louisville, Kentucky, up to Oakland, Michigan, and then just to the side in Bowling Green, Ohio. A lot of traveling for this team. They're looking forward to finally being able to play at home on the 25th against Massachusetts, a team that's 3-3-2 right now, ranked in the top 150 according to the RPI Women's Soccer Rankings. This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads here in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. That's VICTROY Muncie.com. I hope you know how to spell Muncie. I'm not spelling it out for you. You should know. You should know victory too, but I'm just being polite. We're going to take another break here. Sorry, Sam, were you about to... No, nothing.
I will say there is a former spelling of Muncie some people don't use, and that's the Munssee. But it's not spelled like that anymore.
That's not real. When they stop spelling it like that, Sam?
My source never told me so.
I'm going to take a guess. 1880. That's my guess.
With it.
Let's go with it. We're about 7.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. 0-0 still the score here from Briner Sports Complex. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, Ball State Soccer, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now. Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State SportsLink with SportsLink Digital Radio.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search at BSU SportsLink.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
Well, Connor Onion had a fun call this weekend. Was up in Piscataway, New Jersey for Rutgers, Iowa. I don't even know how to describe that game other than the revival of the Iowa offense. Saw some deep passes for the first time in my lifetime from the Hawkeyes. It was a great game and a victory for Iowa. Just one of our many SportsLink alums around the country getting their foot in the door, working hard at the big networks. 0-0 to score with 4:15 to go until we start off the second half. I'm Brayden Carroll. Sam Klug joined alongside. Sam, we talked about it during the break. Not much action here in the first half. We saw back and forth in the first 10 minutes, but both attacks really stalled out in that last half hour. What needs to change for both of these teams?
Yeah, like you said, both of them stalled out. Both goalkeepers are perfect so far, 2 saves apiece. But I think one thing that needs to change for, at least on the Kent State side, is continuing to attack after those set pieces. A lot of their set pieces kind of seem like they end after that first one shot. And we keep mentioning it, but that's something Coach emphasized. And I'm sure he may be emphasizing that right now in his halftime huddle, is to continue attacking after those set pieces. They don't end after that one shot. They end after you continually to keep fighting and pressuring this Ball State defense that has played pretty well, but we do know from previous games that the defense gets kind of tired and maybe a little worn out, and that's kind of been the downfall of their team in the last few games.
Coach Marinaro talked about the importance of time of possession in this match. So far, basically half and half the possession total. Kent State just squeaking by with 52% compared to Ball State's 48%. Golden Flashes have spent 41% of the time in the center third on their defensive side. Ball State's spent most of their time there as well. On their own end, 38%. Both teams hovering around 16% actually in the attacking third. It's been an uphill climb for both of these offenses. Somebody looking to break through. The Cards are going to have to do it without Addie Chester, who subbed out with about 15 minutes into the action.
Yeah, and something like, again, we saw versus Central Michigan, subbing out that about halfway through that first half. And again, it's not as hot today, but I guess that's the decision Coach Stutz is going with. Again, their star player leads the team in goals, assists, points, pretty much any stat you can name other than minutes. She's the leader. And again, Muncie native, went to local Delta High School, spent a couple seasons at Louisville, a team that Kent State has already played this year, and a reigning first-team All-MAC. So when you think of Ball State soccer this year, you think of her and Delaney Caldwell. So pretty surprising to see her coming out again, especially in an important match, coming off a draw, and you need to get back in the win column, especially in this conference.
Week 2 and 4 MAC Offensive Player of the Week. Also, the leader in the MAC for goals, third in assists, and second for shots on goal. Just about a minute and a half left until we get going here in the second half. We'll be right back. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, Ball State Soccer, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
You're listening to Ball State Soccer on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Now, back to the action.
The squads flip sides, and we're about ready to get going here in the second half. A fresh 45 minutes on the clock, and a 0-0 score between Ball State and Kent State in the Cards' third Mid-American Conference match, Kent State's second of the 2025 season. I'm Brayden Carroll. Sam Klug joined alongside. The Cardinals will move right to left, Kent State left to right to start things off here in the second frame.
Cardinals wearing their all red white sleeves, or white trim, I should say, white numbers. Kent State in the white tops, blue bottoms, blue numbers, and blue trim. Like you said earlier, great colorway, blue and gold. What more can you like? And obviously the goalkeeper decked out in gold. Nice look.
The officials today: the head referee Youssef El Masusi, the assistant referee Donald Williams, and Anthony Capone. The alternative official, Michael Shunison. So Kent State starts things off here in the second frame. And it'll go right to Ball State with a through pass out to the far touchline. So again, Addie Chester, the star Cardinal with 6 goals this season, subbed out with 15 minutes off the clock in the first half. Cards working without their best player. Contention in the center circle. Kent State gathers the ball. First chance into the attacking third. A rejection. Fiona Killian with the aerial stop. Back to Kent State. A run again. Rejected by the Cards. Ball sends over to the far touchline. Be a throw in for Kent.
Very even stats in the first half. Each team had a save, a shot on goal, a corner kick, one apiece, an offsides even one apiece. Like, you can't come up with a more even game than we saw in the first half.
Another ball trickling out, this time to the near touchline. So the Cards with their first real chance at possession here in the second frame. Whistle blow, a tackle from behind. Josie Morgan, the guilty party.
Lexi Watkins taking a tumble right there. Touched on her earlier. The redshirt freshman from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and one of the quicker players on this team. She runs up and down the field. I mean, she's listed as a midfielder, but she can play offense and defense.
Delaney Caldwell has possession for Ball State. Movement back over the opposite side of the center line. Into the circle, LG Moncrief has it. Pass to the near end. Here's Greer Isaacson in between defenders to the attacking third. Through pass. Addie Chester is back into the action. Into the 18. Killian able to get the ball before it goes past the end line. And it looked like it ended up going across.
I was going to say, it looked like the Cardinals had saved it right there, but did not get to it in time. And like you mentioned, Addie Chester back, so now kind of some new life for the Cardinals.
It's actually going to be a red card on Fiona Killian. I didn't quite see what could have happened. Maybe an exchange of words or just action that we couldn't see as Killian had her back to the press box.
That's something, again, you don't see a lot in collegiate soccer. But we have a red card, and that's should be quite the advantage for Kent State now.
Don't want to speculate, but usually in women's soccer, those red cards come out when hair is pulled, and I think that's the conversation going on here in the press box. So Jules Delinsky, a red card, and she's out of the action. Ball State is second in the MAC in yellow cards with 8 this season. It's just the second red card of the year for Ball State. Some conversation between the officiating crew and first-year head coach Andy Stutz about what that red card could have been.
Stutz does not seem happy. Still kind of talking to the official right now on the field.
He just got a yellow card.
Got a yellow, yep. Looks like we have some tempers starting to flare a little bit.
Now fire up the Cardinal bench.
Got the fans, and I want to mention we have 555 people in attendance, including some local club soccer teams, and man, they're getting fired up. They definitely outnumber the Kent State fans.
So Leah Schaefer with a free kick, essentially a goal kick and a pass to her fellow defenseman. Ball stays in the defensive third. Great aerial pass along the near side across the center line to Josie Morgan. Fight for possession ends with Lexi Watkins in control. Cards move it back across the center circle. Kent State has it once more. It's Allison Collins. Lead-in pass denied. Tight defense by Jordan Klassen.
More physicality, somewhat ignored by the official. And again, we got some bumping.
No whistle as Caldwell and Kelsey Salopek went to work against another. Through ball, stuck back out.
Fans are getting into it as well. Haven't seen them this lively at all, really, in the first half.
Things have really started to get chippy here. Another hard tackle.
Andy Stooch threw his hat onto the ground. He is fired up. Brayden, we're seeing a lot of emotion.
That was Samantha Miller of the Golden Flashes with that foul. Hard tackle on LG Moncrief, the sophomore midfielder. So a free kick here at the center line for Ball State. Pass into the box, rejected by Kent State. Couple headers and the ball in control for the Golden Flashes. Taken away for a moment by Addie Chester, gathered by Kent State and sent back to the Cardinal side. Chester moving along the far corner. Tight defense taken away, and the Cards will have to back up in between the center circle and the box. Another attack. Another stop by Kent State. Ball back over to Addie Chester. Moving into the box. The lead in pass to Caldwell. And a great interception of the passing lane by Kent State. Another clear into the box. This one is going to head out of bounds. Along the end line, Kent State in control.
And Brayden, I just want to make another note. There was not a lot of argumentation or frustration from either sides with the officiating in that first half. A little bit more from the Cardinals now, but, and again, going back to those stats, it was a very even game, whether it was offsides or shots on goal. So, interesting start. I mean, we're only 5 minutes in.
The score still 0-0. Salopek in possession for Kent State. A few passes between the defense players, and Caldwell gets possession for the Cards for a moment until it's taken back. The air has certainly gotten quite a bit heavier here in the second half. Ball State has it just outside of the center line in their defensive side. Another hard tackle, no whistle called. Addie Chester, the clear to Delaney Caldwell. Glancing header out to the far touchline. Abby Breishu was there to reject what could have been a quick opportunity for Ball State, and the Cards will have to reset. Izzy Ross along that attacking third boundary. Greer Isaacson. Her pass offline to Lexi Watkins, stolen away by Allie Weibel. Now it's Kent State on the move. Weibel just out of the reach of what could have been a nice pass between her and Delinsky. Kent State has to reset again. Across the center line. Kent State into their attacking third. Through ball. Successful. McCausland into the box. Saved by Abby Jenkins. Samantha Miller almost there for what could have been a shot on goal. Instead, Jenkins tips it away. And we'll have an inbound along the near side. Correction, there was actually a whistle and a foul along the far side. So it will be a free kick for the Cards. The pass to Caldwell, unsuccessful, and Kent State has it once more in their attacking zone. A chance for Jules Delinsky. Safe ball over to McCausland. Looking for the cross. Tight defense from the Cards. And it's enough to force possession back into their own hands. Quick movement to the center line. Kent State gets it again. These passing lanes have been shut out by the Golden Flashes. Weibel, through ball, and a hard tackle. And we're going to see another card come out. This time it's Lexi Watkins with the hard tackle on Allie Weibel. So that'll be a free kick, a set piece for Kent State. just outside the boundary of the attacking third, and that's the second yellow card of the match for Ball State.
Watkins had one versus Central Michigan a little later in the game. Going to see one here again in that second half. Tempers and frustration kind of starting to boil over here, but we're still not at 0-0.
37 minutes to go, 0-0 to score. The free kick pass sails safely for Ball State out to the end line, and it's a goal kick for Abby Jenkins.
Chester took a hard fall there, if I can see correctly. Getting physical out here.
Abby Jenkins, her brother Alex is rated the #1 punter in the state of Indiana out of Hamilton Southeastern. He received his first Division I offer to Eastern Illinois on June 20th. Certainly a successful family when it comes to putting the ball on the foot. Putting the foot on the ball.
Okay, you're mocking me for my dad jokes.
It's not a dad joke. It's real. They're putting their foot on the ball. Both of them.
Pun, we should say.
I got jokes. I can light up a room every once in a while. Ideally. Adi Kusick has possession for Kent State. 36 minutes to go. 0-0 to score still. The Golden Flashes lead the shot on goal tally 6-5. Ball along the center line, near side. It's Lexi Watkins fighting for the ball with her teammate LG Moncrief. Possession to Kent State, now they're in their attacking third. Free ball taken away by Audrey Goodyear. Ball State able to move now. Through pass across the line. Chance for the Cards to get moving. Great possession win by Jordan Klassen. She feeds Izzy Ross. Here's the cross into the box. Nobody's home. Tipped away, and Kent State, another shutdown in the 18.
Leah Schaefer was there to make the stop. Her defense decided to take it into their own hands and get the header out of there. Another tackle.
Another tackle. No whistle. Play on. Delaney Caldwell on the move into the 18. And not the pass that she wanted to Lexi Watkins. Left it just short and behind her. Kent State able to respond with another stop. Here's Addie Chester again. Dribble move, open space. Pass into the 18. And Klassen can't chase it down before that ball reaches the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Kent State.
Although nothing has happened yet, real opportunities here for the Cardinals. It's back-to-back ones where they got it inside the attacking 18. Obviously yet to convert, but it's what you like to see. We had some time here to begin the second half where it was only Kent State, and now it's really only been Ball State in the last, 3 to 5 minutes, would you say?
These teams are exchanging runs of jabs, but no haymakers so far. Kent State across the center line. The cross into the attacking third taken away. Cards force the Flashes to reset. Another run stopped by the Cardinals. In the defensive third, high ball up into the air and out along the far touchline. Possession to Kent State. Far side just outside of their attacking zone.
Sounds like the fans are telling, don't foul, don't foul. And it makes sense. This is really Kent State's first opportunity in a good amount of time. Like I said, 3 to 5 minutes maybe. And a foul would obviously put that to rest. Big chance here for them to shift the momentum a little bit.
They have a throw in along the box boundary line. Cross into the 18. And not the clean ball that Coach Marinaro would have wanted. It was Addie Kusick who had a chance in the box, but the pass did not get to her.
How about Abby Jenkins staying poised today? And again, another fantastic save. Fun fact, she's a lefty. Something you obviously don't see as much in America.
Her goal kick gets across the center line and into Addie Chester's feet. Double teamed along the end line, far side, hard tackle. No whistle. Kent State will play on. Chester regains possession. Into the attacking third. Lead in pass to Caldwell. Dish back to Chester. Still working the attack boundary. Klassen. Along the end line. Here's a cross opportunity. Chester. Just outside the 18. Looking for a shot. It's blocked right in front of her. And another chance goes out along the end line. LG Moncrief was there to corral the ball lost by Addie Chester and basically just sent a Hail Mary of a shot over to the backboard.
Another play where Addie Chester gets kind of hit to the ground. We've seen a lot of that in this second half. It's been a physical second half, but especially on her. And it makes sense because we were talking to Coach Marinaro. He's like, we know we have to deal with her. She's quite the threat on offense. He also gave props to Delaney Caldwell. They're kind of that 1-2 punch.
Into the 59th minute, the score is still 0-0. Kent State looking to attack here just outside of the Ball State 18. Cross blocked away. That's Izzy Ross on defense. Kent State another chance. A cross into the box. A real one. Jenkins saves at the final minute.
What a diving stop by Abby Jenkins. Great deflection from the offense there. Jenkins saw it at the last moment, puts her body on the line, and we're still tied.
Josie Morgan, just the second time Kent State has been able to get a cross into the 6. She is rejected, but it will be a corner for Kent State. The far side. Here's one of those key set pieces for Coach Marinaro's squad. Into the 6. Jenkins steps up and tips it out. It will be another corner.
Now it'll be their third on the game. Ball State still only has one. You said so important. I like the directional angle of that last one, but Jenkins read it perfectly. Let's see if she switches anything up.
Samantha Miller, the corner kick. Into the 6. Again tipped away by the Cards. Kent State keeps possession. Just outside of the 18. Tight defense, tackle from behind, no whistle called. And a Hail Mary of a send way wide of the goal. That was Izzy Ross who was tackled hard. Surprised there was no whistle there, but the officials let both teams play on, and it will result in a goal kick for the Cards.
One sent wide, but Abby Jenkins still diving for that one. Love the mentality. Might not know where the goal is all the time, so you got to dive for it. It's there, and you can save a goal off the board, might as well.
High and deep goal kick. To the center line. Caldwell couldn't get it. It's back to Kent State. Allison Collins on the move. Klassen rejects the attack. Now it's Ball State's turn. 2 attackers cruising into the 18. Greer Isaacson looking for anybody. Instead, a double team from Kent State forces the ball back to the Flashes. Across the timeline, the through pass. Chase down, Dolinsky. Here's her opportunity, and it is tipped away. Another corner kick for the Golden Flashes. That was Emily Roper in the way of what could have been a shot.
Again, more good defense from the Cardinals. Hustling back, even though they kind of fell behind right there. Again, now it's the 4th corner kick for the Golden Flashes compared to the Cardinals' 1. Yet to convert on any.
Another set piece. Samantha Miller, the Butler, Pennsylvania native. The kick. Just outside of the 6. The header's good. Kelsey Salopek. Kent State strikes first blood. 1-0 with 28 minutes to go.
And we talked about it pregame. That is what Coach Marinaro was emphasizing time and time again. The set pieces only took 4 tries, but they definitely learned something between those first 2 ones. Kelsey Salopek, the pick for Impact Player of the Game, gets her 3rd goal on the season. She's up to 7 points as well on the season. And she came into today with 8 shots on goal. She could be near double digits now.
Scored against Bowling Green and Youngstown State. She now stands alone amongst the Golden Flashes as the team's leading scorer. And with 28 minutes to go, the Cards have to respond now. Here's a quick opportunity right out of the kick. A hard tackle, play on. That was 20 on 20. Greer Isaacson tackled by Weibel. Kent State on the move now. Josie Morgan, the lead-in pass, just too far ahead of Jules Dolinsky, and Abby Jenkins gets her ball for the first time after giving up that shot.
I want to go back to that goal a little bit. In all honesty, Abby Jenkins, she did let up that goal, but not entirely possible to save. That one was headed pretty high above her head, kind of in the perfect spot, kind of to a part where Jenkins couldn't reach. She jumped, and she timed it pretty well.
Those glancing headers, hard to read. That was a beautiful one by Salopek to get on the board for the Golden Flashes. 27 minutes to go. Into the defensive third, Kent State moves along to the center line. Caldwell looking for a tackle. Great job by Kent State to keep possession. The clear just outside the 18 is Klassen there first for Ball State. Izzy Ross. Her pass goes right to a Golden Flash defender. That was Allison Collins with first touch. You got to think, with 26 minutes to go, there's plenty of time for Ball State to respond, but they can't let Kent State keep their foot on the gas pedal.
Not at all. You got to play with some urgency. Right before the Kent State goal, there was a bunch of Ball State momentum. We had some good opportunities to score, and then it flipped. It flipped after some of those red cards and yellow cards got drawn on the Cardinals.
Ball State has not suffered a loss in their last 5 matches. 3 wins, 2 draws. Just outside the center circle, into the attacking third. Kent State moving. Addie Kusick, tough pass, tough tackle. Dolinsky, she couldn't maintain possession. And now the Cards move quick. Watkins into the center. Lead-in pass, successful to Isaacson. Along the far end boundary, ball trickles out. Tipped away by a Kent State defender, so it stays with the Cardinals.
This is where you set up your offense. Really look for that opportunity. Could have a set piece right here, put something on net. You haven't really tested Schaefer that much at all. I really haven't even seen the ball in her hands that much. She's got 2 saves on the day.
A free kick rather than a throw-in for Klassen. Kent State rejects the pass into the 18. Now they're on the move. An opportunity for Dolinsky, but 2 Cardinal defenders in Goodyear and Ahern chase her down. Cards again. Caldwell, the pass, Isaacson, tight one-on-one defense. As Kent State gets it back, that's Allison Collins, staying stout. Cards regain possession. Izzy Ross across the line. And again, in the way of the passing lane, Allie Weibel back to the Flashes in their defensive third. Another interception. This time, it's Isaacson on the opposite side of what she usually plays here along the near end. Lexi Watkins, the attacking third now. Isaacson, lost possession. Kent State just clears this one. Back out to the boundary of the attacking third for Ball State. Watkins has possession now. Ball ends up out along the near touchline. Possession will stay with Ball State. 23 minutes, 48 seconds to go. Kent State leads 1-0 here live from Briner Sports Complex. This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie or visit victorymuncie.com. Here's the throw-in to the attacking zone for Ball State, and no one's home. Kent State has possession again. Taken away, the passing lane rejection, Greer Isaacson looking around the boundary to Annika Klaus, and it's taken away. Kent State in possession. Klaus is there for another interruption. The fight back and forth results in a clear. Ball State forced to back up to their own end of the center line.
First clear in a while for the Kent State defense. Maybe get a little bit of a breather, but looks like the Cardinals are already pressuring them again.
Starting to run on short time as we head into the 69th minute. The throw in on the far end, Roper has it. She just kicks that off the shins of a Kent State defender. So they'll stay with the Cards in their attacking third now along the far side.
Cardinals may need to get a set piece here, like a corner kick, to get something going. Right now, their offense is just not in sync.
Isaacson lost possession, cleared again by Kent State, but another throw in for the Cards. It wasn't far enough to keep Ball State out of their attacking third. And here's the cross into the box, headed away. That was Addie Cusick with the first touch. Ball now along the near side. In dangerous territory for this Kent State defense. Allie Weibel, the pass. Salopek now. The one and only scorer of this match. Lead-in cross. The attacking third, Cloro. It appears as though she was offside.
Was indeed, and something pretty early called on by the official. Kent State has been offsides more times than Ball State today. That their second.
Annika Klaus with possession after the free kick. The give, Klassen. Soft touch over into the circle. Delaney Ahern has it. The run into the zone, and Kent State strips it away. It's Allison Berkey with possession. Lead pass to Dolinsky. Now Kent State's on the move. Into the attacking zone. She has an open lane. The cross in, and it's rejected by Izzy Ross. Maybe the final defender who could have gotten in the way of a pass to Allison Berkey into the 18. Another chance for Kent State. Cloro passes this to the near side. Isabel Leofanti looking for a cross. Tight defense by Greer Isaacson. Forces it back out.
That was a masterclass in defenses. There's a rough tackle right there. No call yet. But Greer Isaacson, talk about lockdown defense. Just a clinic.
And Isaacson's the one to throw in here for the Cards. To the center line, near side. The pass back to the defense. Unsuccessful. Kent State possession again. A chance across the center circle. The scrap for the ball, won by Greer Isaacson. Far side movement in the defensive third. It's LG Moncrief with it. Pass to Izzy Ross into the center circle. Lead in ball lost by Annika Klaus. It slowly dribbles out along the touchline. That is a tough loss of possession for Ball State with under 20 minutes to go.
Throwing happening right by the local club soccer team, FC Pride. It's pretty cool. They get to sit right down there near the touchline, right by the action.
I forget what they called it. What did they call it? Fan Appreciation Day was
That's
the
right.
exact wordage of the event, with FC Pride sitting in. I believe the entire roster is here today as fans of the Ball State Cardinals, who are down 1-0 with 19 minutes to go. Kent State has it in their attacking third. Isabel Leofanti. Mia Cloro now, just outside the box. She'll take a long shot, and it's saved comfortably by Abby Jenkins.
Another fantastic save from Jenkins. And again, other than that glancing header that we talked about a little earlier, she's had such a good day.
High punt, just like her brother, into the center circle. Possession won by Kent State. Hard tackle from behind. Emily Roper is not pleased with that call. Her tackle on Allison Berkey draws the whistle.
I was going to ask you if you know if her brother is also a lefty.
That's a great question. I did not look at highlights of her brother's punting. He was rated a 4.5 punter, according to Cole's Kicking Camp, which is nationally the most recognized special teams rating organization.
And we know Hamilton Southeastern, pretty big school. They've had a successful football program, so they might not even be punting.
But when they need to,
they got their guy.
They got their guy. It runs in the family. Strong legs, strong feet. Back to the action. 18 minutes to go. 1-0 the score. Kent State in the lead, looking for their first MAC victory of the season after dropping the conference opener 2-1 to Bowling Green last week. It's been a tough stretch on the road for this squad. They've gone 0-2-2, looking for their first win on the road in this stretch before heading back home to face UMass. Ball State on the run across the center line. Greer Isaacson, she's played beautifully so far today. Possession 1 on a tackle out to the far touchline by the Cardinals. Isaacson has it. Tackled from behind, and that is an easy whistle right in front of the head official.
Looking like we're getting some Ball State momentum right here. I want to go back and touch on Kent State a little bit. I know some teams don't mind a draw, but sometimes a draw can almost feel like a loss because you played all those minutes and you still didn't come out with either a win or a loss. So those draws also might impact how well Kent State has played on this road trip, and a win here would be huge for their program.
And when you think about it in the MAC standings, only 8 teams make it to the tournament. So those ties really do add up. A free kick set piece opportunity for the Cards. 4 players into the box. Here's the clear. It's just a bit too strong. Then Kent State wins possession. The header by Allison Berkey. Salopek running. Clears it across the line. 1-on-1 by Delaney Ahern. In transition on Maya Justice, the young freshman, as it's the defensive side that wins, but Kent State wins possession.
Yeah, Justice is a former high school state champ in the long jump. 19 feet 5 inches.
It's a pretty good jump.
I've seen the video. It was quite impressive.
Maya Justice, speak of the devil, running the ball down just outside the box, and it is cleared out along the near touchline by Delaney Ahern. Possession stays with Kent State, and that clock is starting to run down faster than Coach Stutz would like it. 15 minutes to go. The inbound, Clareau. Feed to the center. Tackle, no whistle. So that was Gori Rawat looking for an opportunity. Cards win possession back. Right back to Kent State it goes. Allison Collins disrupting the passing lanes. Here's a cross opportunity. Ava Lukin to the box and over the top of the goal.
What a scary look right there. Hung up right near the goalpost and where the crossbar meets. Really good chance right there for the Golden Flashes. But luckily it missed on top. It was kind of a little bit of a depth perception problem, but it kind of looked like that one went in. Kind of misleading.
Abby Jenkins with the goal kick. Kent State able to gather it back. Cards win again, possession. Hard tackle. It's a side tackle. No whistle called. Officials say play on, but it is going to be a timeout as there's a Cardinal down. Can't quite see who that is, but the head official.
Like we're going to have the trainer come out.
The head official, Yusuf El-Masusi, almost immediately called for the athletic trainers to come out as the player down is holding her right shoulder. 14 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Kent State leads 1-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Ball State Soccer, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
Greer Isaacson, the player down for Ball State, helped up by the athletic trainers here as she was hanging on to that right shoulder after a hard side tackle. And it looks like she's going to come out of the action. 14:28 to go.
Looks like Kira Verberg coming in for her. Midfield and defenseman, senior from not too far away, about an hour and 15 in Avon, Indiana.
She has not tallied a point since her assist last season versus Purdue Fort Wayne. A natural midfielder. Coach Stutz is going to need something from her to replace Greer Isaacson, who played brilliantly in this match. Great defensive efforts all around. With the Cards needing something to at least send this match to a draw.
Almost a good play there from Leo Fonte. She almost kept it in bounds while being out of bounds herself, but Cardinals get it nonetheless.
Throw into Emily Roper, just outside of the box on the near side. Kent State able to win it off an aerial. Cards gain possession again, but have to reset across the center line. Kent State gathers that this defense has remained strong throughout this match.
Kent State might be the ones playing keep away for the remainder of this game. Kind of reminds me of following when you're up 3 in basketball.
Attack by Kent State shut down pretty quickly by Ball State, but the reset by Jenkins goes right back to the Golden Flashes. Here's a shot by Abby Kusick, which is way, way high.
Great save by Abby Jenkins right there to deflect that one up. Will cause, I believe, a corner kick, if I'm not mistaken.
It will be a corner kick, and it's the first one along the near side for Kent State.
Good point. The last two and the one that they converted on came from the far side.
Another set-piece opportunity for Kent State. They scored on their last corner. Allie Weibel to pass it in. Ball dribbling up, and it's a handball. Handball on Maya Justice. That ball was pinballing around the box until it eventually grazed her palm.
Yeah, kind of some commotion there in the box. But it ends up, the Cardinals end up unscathed. Still within one. Going, like you said, they need to make something happen for the draw.
Mia Claureau trying to shut out any chance of a Ball State victory. And the cross in goes out. A goal kick now for Abby Jenkins. 12 minutes to go. Kent State hanging on to a 1-0 advantage.
Looks like we got some more subs coming in. Addie Chester, one of them. Is that Joy Zeman we see? Not entirely sure. Pretty hard to see from our vantage point. Numbers are a little blurry.
Addie Chester still in the action alongside Lexi Watkins. Not sure who the substitutions are quite yet.
Caldwell, I believe, is one of them that came in, if I'm not mistaken.
Caldwell is in the action. So still the main three for Ball State with Chester, Caldwell, and Watkins. But a few substitutions throughout.
Looks like Kent State has about 4 now.
Mass substitution.
Line change like hockey.
Allison Berkey is back into the action. Josie Morgan, who was out for about a 30-minute stretch, she's back in as well. This appears to be a defensive look for Kent State here. The Flashes have not shut out an opponent since the first match of the season against Cleveland State on August the 14th.
A little recap. Delaney Caldwell came in for Jess Furneaux. Monica Klaus for Lexi Watkins.
Here's a chance for Delaney Caldwell running into the box. Tight defense from Kent State. Forced to the boundary. The cross blocked away. It'll be a corner kick for the Cards. Maybe more harm done than good by Allie Weibel deflecting that out along the end line.
This is going to be the Cardinals' second corner of the day and the first on the near side. Just like the Golden Flashes just got. And a chance to convert. Only 10:26 on the clock.
5 players in the box for Ball State. Make it 6. Here's the in. LG Moncrief, Addie Chester, back to Moncrief on the boundary. Her shot is blocked. 2 Kent State defenders running. It's Addie Kusick who made first contact. It's another throw-in for Ball State along the near side. 10 minutes to go. The inbound, Addie Chester running into the 18, and it's deflected again. Josie Morgan keeps it in. The cross, Lexi Watkins, no one's home into the 18, and it's taken away once more by Kent State. They have hung on strong defensively.
Yeah, scary spot right there for the defense as they give it right back.
And there's a tackle once more. A yellow card comes in. This time it's Kent State. Guilty. Samantha Miller with the hard tackle from behind on LG Moncrief. So a free kick in the center circle.
Miller, someone who's been pivotal for this team. 6 points on the year. Transfer in from Michigan State, big-time Big Ten school.
Cards with the reset. Long pass into the 18, headed away. Pinballing in front of the 18. Long shot. Wide and high from Joy Zeman. Correction, LG Moncrief, the Frisco, Texas native.
Great opportunity right there. Kind of on a little bit of a rebound. Her first one got blocked. Sent it wide. Leah Schaefer has remained perfect.
Ciara Santiago and Allie Weibel with a little back and forth as the defense. And if Ball State's going to let Kent State hang on to this ball and take time off the clock, the Golden Flashes will surely oblige. A change in the formation look. Naturally a 3-5-2. 4 defense players here for Kent State. Through ball successful across the line. Into the 18. The through ball knocked away by Addie Chester.
A hustle. Addie Chester all over the field.
Correction, that was Tori Monaco. Ahern onto the attack now. Pass to Lexi Watkins, near side. One-on-one defense between her and Allie Weibel. Gets to the boundary and forces a throw-in for Ball State. Into the attacking zone. 8 minutes to go, down 1-0 to these Golden Flashes. Caldwell looking for a cross in, and it's blocked right in front of her. Ball stays with the Cards. A heading pinball, and Addie Chester ends up with it. Jordan Klassen now. Cards backed up closer to the center circle. Now they move inside. Weaving through traffic, Lexi Watkins. Ball tipped away again, and this one is cleared successfully. The whistle called. We'll see exactly what that was. It appeared to be a handball on Jules Delinsky, who was just trying to keep that away from Delaney Ahern. Another free kick for the Cards. 7:27 to go.
And Ahern is the one who gets this kick.
She'll safely tap this one back. Audrey Goodyear, she's the one to cross it in. Oh, real chance for the Cards. LG Moncrief looking toward the boundary for Jordan Klassen, but she was not open. Passing lanes disrupted again by Kent State. That was Josie Morgan in the way. Ball back to the center line. Possession won by the Cards for a moment, and now the Golden Flashes regather. Under 7 minutes to go. Kent State leads 1-0. Long ball across the center line. Possession won by the Cards. Moncrief, soft touch, over the head of everybody. Caldwell is first there. Here's an opportunity. Looking for space to cross. Tipped away. Chester has it now. Double teamed. And Kent State wins it back.
Great defense right there to pepper the person with the ball. Looked like Ball State had all the chances in the world, and like you said, they stifled that one and took it away. And now they're in the attacking zone.
Possession again to Kent State. Lead in pass, working the far side boundary. No opportunity for a cross. Instead, it is interestingly touched by Abby Jenkins, but it will be a goal kick either way. It would have gone out no matter what, but Jenkins felt comfortable that her foot, both of her feet were outside of the end line, that she could just make that save.
Yeah, you might think that's like out of bounds on her, but that's not how the rules work.
As long as she is out, she can grab it and it will still be a goal kick. Here's a chance for Kent State now. Josie Morgan along the 18 boundary. Near side. Jules Dolinsky. Back to Morgan. Kent State will reset the attack with Allie Weibel. Feed towards the middle. Allison Berkey gets it to the edge again. Josie Morgan. No space along the near side. Two defenders stopping her. Now it's Jules Dolinsky again. Near that near corner, and the ball is just forced out.
Play slowing down a little bit here. 5 minutes exactly to go. If I'm Coach Stutz, I'm like, all right, now or never. Got to start getting the ball down into the Kent State attacking third and make something happen.
And it's going to be a corner kick for Kent State, as it was last touched along the edge by Addie Chester. Samantha Miller from Butler, PA, to kick this one into the box. And a player goes down for Ball State. No contact, maybe just cramping, as she's immediately given water by Delaney Ahern. Didn't quite see who it was that came down, but she's getting her hamstring stretched by Ahern. Looks like nothing too serious, but it will be a stoppage in play with 4:46 on the clock.
Teammates right there helping each other out. It's not as hot as it was Thursday, but it is still quite the warm day. Right now the radar says 81. Real feel of 78, so a little bit cooler. But nonetheless, cramping can still happen, especially with how hard these players are hustling.
Not quite the hottest day in Indiana. You're in the early portions of the fall. Actually, you know what? This is the first day of fall, right? 21st?
Sounds about right.
Or am I just thinking Earth, Wind, and Fire?
I was going to say it's also that today.
Yeah, you just think...
First night of September.
Yeah, you just think about that. I don't know why. I always think of that song, and I think it's about fall.
Well, it is a really good song, and it is also a really good season.
I'm going to give it a goog while we have a time.
Got to go to the goog.
Fall starts on September 21st. There you go.
All right, Brayden, we'll give you your props.
Well, the soft corner kick, it wasn't a clear. Instead, just a short pass tipped out. It was actually last touched by Samantha Miller. The back and forth pinball in front of the corner results in a goal kick for the Cards. 4:37 to go. 1-0, the deficit for Ball State.
Jenkins taking a while here, making sure everybody's set up. But you do know that clock is still running, wasting valuable time.
Not quite the goal kick she wanted. Left it short and to Kent State. Ball tipped out, and it stays with the Golden Flashes. That's a tough possession loss out of the goal kick.
Indeed, especially with now only 4:15 on the clock, and it runs. There's not a lot of stoppage of time in soccer unless it's an injury.
Miller and Klassen battling for the ball. Klassen wins it. Hanging around the corner, just chewing up that clock. Ball heads out off of Kent State's Samantha Miller. Another goal kick here for the Cardinals. This one, again, not traveling very far. Klassen corrals it, though, for the Cardinals. They'll retain possession for at least a moment. Hard tackle on the shins of Allie Weibel. That was Emily Roper with the contact, no whistle called. Play on. Throw in across the center line, but Kent State quickly clears back to their attacking zone. Maya Justice gets it, looking for an attack. Pass to the boundary, unsuccessful, heads along and out the far touchline. The officials reward possession to Ball State. Addie Chester to throw in. 3 minutes to go. Correction, it's going to be Kent State possession. Long, high throw in. Possession won by Ball State for a moment. A whistle blown. And it is a foul on Ball State. And a free kick for Kent State.
I'm sure we'll mention it as this post-game continues and will come up here soon. But right now, as it sits, Kent State 7 shots on goal. Cardinals only 2.
Maya Justice heading towards the corner to chew up even more clock. Kiyomi McCausland now with possession. Those two battling with the Cardinals for the ball. Heads out and off of a Kent State defender. Either McCausland or her partner in crime, Maya Justice. Goal kick for the Cards. Abby Jenkins moving quickly. A much better goal kick this time, but possession is won by Kent State off a towering header. Ball State gets it back immediately. Unsuccessful clear. Maya Justice got in the way of what could have been a long ball to reset. Ball State will anyways after a fight for the ball. Heads out along the far touchline, and possession goes back to Kent State. 2 minutes to go, and it's really starting to feel like it's all Kent State here.
We may have the first Golden Flashes win in Muncie since 2013.
Back and forth headers go until it trickles out and stays with Kent. 100 seconds to go. Another ball out. This time, possession goes to Ball State. Maybe the final chance for the Cards to get moving. Long throw-in, headed up into the air, out of bounds again. Another throw-in for the Cards. Addie Cusick there to send it right back out.
Making that ball boy work pretty hard over there.
Long throw-in. And it goes out of bounds again. This time, no Cardinal even touched it. Emily Roper, maybe the last Cardinal with a chance to get it. And this time, Kent State has the ball. 1 minute to go. Kent State has outshot Ball State 10-8 in this match. Oh, a hard tackle. Very hard. Josie Morgan went up into the air and was undercut by a Cardinal. But it's going to be a yellow card for Maya Justice, as you can't really do that. You can't just fly in the air over the top of a Ball State defender. Easy call by the officiating crew. The clock stops for a moment. It's a free kick for Abby Jenkins with 49 seconds to go. This time she gets it across the center line. Addie Chester, a glancing header, unsuccessful to Delaney Caldwell, and it's another clear. Oh, and Kent State wins possession. Maya Justice crashing to the goal, and Abby Jenkins is there to get possession once more for Ball State. One final chance. Pass into Delaney Caldwell. Izzy Ross ends up with it. Gets it across the center line. Emily Roper now fighting for possession with Kelsey Salopek, and she is whistled for a tackle that might just end this match. 18 seconds to go, and Kent State can feel their first MAC victory. And I just heard Rob Marinaro, after the officials stopped the clock, say, "What are we doing?"
Yeah, he wants this one to be over. I mean, 14 seconds, a couple agonizing seconds, but shouldn't take much to end this one.
Free kick effectively just a clear for Kent State to force Ball State's throw-in. And the Cards look to embrace defeat. A tough loss, but a big win for Kent State. One of this season's contenders for a MAC title finally has their first conference victory. 1-0 on the road here at Briner Sports Complex. It's a Golden Flash win over Ball State.
And that makes it their first in Muncie since 2013. Golden Flashes will move to 1-1-0 in MAC play. Ball State falls to 1-1-1 in MAC play. 4-3-2 overall for the Cardinals, and the Golden Flashes are now 3-3-3 overall. Huge win for the Golden Flashes, like you said, wanting to contend for a MAC title. And they put themselves now in a position to do that. I mean, if we just look at the stats, 11 shots compared to the Cardinals' 5. 7 of those on goal, only 2 for the Cardinals. And they had 6 corners compared to Ball State's 2. Those are just some of the glancing stats that you can easily take by bits and be like, yeah, that's how the Golden Flashes got the win.
And it was the lone goal by Kelsey Salopek on a header from a corner kick by Samantha Miller in the 62nd minute. That ended up being the game winner for Kent State. Rob Marinaro gets his 224th victory, just one away from that 225 win mark. Some people would say that's irrelevant, but I don't know what it is about those type of numbers. The 25s, yeah, the 25s, the 50s, the 100s, something special about those.
Agreed.
As the MAC's most seasoned head coach continues his winning ways and gets Kent State to a 500 record. They were losing before this one, 2-3-3. Now it's all threes.
That's right, all threes. 3 is the magic number. And if we look ahead, now they head to UMass, a team that Ball State has just beaten last week. And if I'm Kent State, I'm feeling pretty good. I beat a Ball State team on their home turf, and they have been home for a week now, so they were plenty rested. So if you're Kent State, you're feeling good. You're feeling good about your chances, good about how you played today, especially the defense. Ball State only had 2 shots on goals, and of course, Schaefer stopped both of those. And yeah, her goal against average coming in today was only .212. So if you are the Ball State defense and goalkeeping unit, give yourself a pat on the back. Fantastic play today. And yeah, kept the Cardinals out of the attacking 18 for most of the game.
It's a bit of a wake-up call for this Ball State team. Started off very strong in conference play with that win against Massachusetts on the road. Then they drew Central Michigan on the 18th. This one's a tough loss, but it's something that Coach Stutz, as a first-year head coach, is going to have to get a response from his team as they face Buffalo on the 25th, a team that's 4-2-1 on the season. It'll be a tough stretch for these Cardinals as they have Buffalo and Ohio on the road. Then they come back home to face a 5-2 Western Michigan squad before going back on the road to Ypsilanti to play Eastern Michigan. And then they finish this 5-game stretch back at home against the Akron Zips.
Yeah, that's right. Just look at the scoreboard from today. Buffalo 3-0 in the 89th minute right now versus Miami, Ohio. Plenty to look at right there, and to look ahead for the Cardinals. It's going to be a tough matchup.
It sure will. A tough stretch that will show the strengths and weaknesses of this Ball State team. For now, they're going to have to look for a response after this tough 1-0 loss. Sam, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Not much. Be sure to tune into future Ball State Sports Link digital live events. Next home game for football, October 4th. We'll bring you that one, but I'm sure there will be some events before that. And thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us.
It's Kelsey Salopek with the lone goal and the winner for Kent State. A 1-0 victory on the road here in Muncie, Indiana. For Sam Klug, I'm Brayden Carroll. Thank you for joining us today for this presentation of Ball State Soccer on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie, as well as on the Ball State Athletics website. For now, we'll sign off and say so long from Briner Sports Complex. Thanks for tuning in, and have yourself a great rest of your weekend.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.